Hey everybody, Marcos Villegas for the Boxing Channel, standing with the one and only Nick Diaz. Nick, you saw Manny firsthand here tonight. He beat Timothy Bradley. What did you think about his performance?
I thought he looked great. I'm happy for him. I had some people hit me up. They were telling me like, oh, I don't know. I think Bradley might not work him. I was like, the only one that's gonna work out tonight, probably Manny Pacquiao. But I don't know. It was a good night. It was a good fight. I wound up scored some nosebleed tickets. I was getting thrown out for blocking the view. I was like, oh my God. I was like, come on, give me a break. I got to stand up here. It's all good.
It's all good, man.
Yeah.
Nick, looking at Manny, did you see him in vintage form?
No, I just love to watch him. I love the way he fights. He fights, with right hand forward. Of course. I try to take what I can, but this year it's been good for me because I get to make a lot of these shows, boxing shows. Usually I got to fight. People think that I'm not a real big serious boxing fan. I'm like, no, I'm just most of the time I got 3 to 6 fights a year. My whole past career, last 13 years or whatever. But I love if I get somebody to buy my contract out the UFC, I'd be fighting too out here. But
I know Roy's here, Roy Jones Jr. Did you have a chance to talk to him at all?
No. Tell those guys buy my contract so we can fight. We'll get a real fight.
If that fight does materialize, what weight would you want it at?
It's. I'd like to fight 167 if I was fighting boxing, but it's whatever. That's the way that I fought at originally. I've had like one pro fight. I've had a lot of boxing experience, of course. A lot of different work with a lot of different fighters, but. Of course, sparring is different than fighting, but hey, I'd love to see what I could do. I love to get something going here. I'm trying to work something, of course, for this year.
Talk to me about that. What are you trying to work? What's really your goal?
I'd like to fight for the world title against Johnny Hendricks. You know what I mean? But these guys are like, they're kind of holding out. They're not really. They don't really want to. I'm trying to, maybe renegotiate my contract, see about trying to negotiate some fights or something for this year. But I don't know what'll happen. Maybe nothing. That's fine though. I'm not either way. I can't complain. I had a good run. What I did, I've already had 37 fights pro. But of course, I'd like to make a boxing run and see how I do. I put a lot of work in on these guys sparring in the gyms. I've had a lot of experience. I know who's who and what's what and what they're capable of. And I'd love to make a run. But of course, I'm with the UFC right now. So it's always up to Dana White. It's always up to who's got the real money. So we'll see. It's whatever. I'm always game. I'm game.
What'd you make of Hendricks' performance against Lawler?
I thought he got his. I thought Lawler put the punches to him. If you watch the fight, he was in here. Boom, put the punches to him the whole fight. So, Hendricks scored like two little takedowns out of desperation because he knew he had to do something if he was going to win. I don't think they should give it to you on that. You ain't gonna do no damage with a takedown. They're gonna, and that was towards the end of the fight. He wasn't gonna score no takedowns early on. He waited till it was like a big mess, and then he scored 2 takedowns, and then he calls himself the winner. But, I'm like, let me fight that guy. I'm like, you seen what Lawler did to him? I'm like, I'm gonna make a good fight too. So, but I'm ready. Of course, I'm ready. This year, I've had plenty of nice, good healing time. Time off's been good. I get to see what's what. I'm a little more understanding of what's going on in the world. So I'm, whole new man
Nick,
now.
It's great to see you, man. Thank you very much. Here with Nick Diaz and Marcos Villegas for the Boxing Channel.